Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Yoruus speaking. Welcome to another video. This time it's going to be a really short one. If you remember the Science Overflow bug, I was just asked by me if it's actually working when you're not bulb grade scientist. So I actually went back to the save that I prepared for the other video, and I'm just going to show you how this works. Just to remind you, what is a Science Overflow bug? It means basically when you research a tech that somebody already researched, you get a bonus, and it's multiplied by scholars in residence that you can vote on World Congress, which means you get 20% more beakers to a tech that is already researched by one of the civilizations. So basically you get a lot of a boost, but the problem is the mathematic formula behind this is actually hugely broken. So in the previous video, I'm gonna make the link in the description below. In the previous video, I actually tested it with bulbing grade scientists, so getting quite a lot of science instantly and then using it to overflow. And now I actually tested this a little bit differently, and I think I went over the top basically. So I'm just gonna try to repeat what I actually did. I just planned all those great scientists that I have in here stored. This is Babylon. Come on, let's just work those great scientists. So without bulbing great scientists, this is actually possible. Hell yeah. It's definitely possible to get a lot of overflow, and let me show you how this works. Okay, this is player 2, and we're gonna vote on Scholars Residence. There we go. And let me show you this tech tree. This guy has researched all the techs until Renaissance era, and actually I'm going to continue researching this path, getting this, navigation, economics, scientific theory, electricity. So basically all the texts in medieval era up to Renaissance are almost researched. The point is though, all the line, sailing line and the mining line is researched. Now let me hop on to the other side and let me show you what texts, let's just do this. Okay, I can actually show you the World Congress. See, minus 20% research cost for technologies already discovered by another civilization. So basically what that means, I got my research tech tree in here, and I've got the cost. The cost is really, you can best show it in here. The other guy has printing press, 398. No, it's actually not in here. Yeah, chemistry. Oh, this is a nice example. Chemistry. See, 586. I need to put beakers, 586 beakers to research this. But metallurgy cost 809, and normally chemistry cost 809. But thanks to scholars in residence, I got minus 20% off of this. Now, what does it do exactly? The problem is mathematical calculation, basically. When you research a tech and you have more science that actually the tech you're going to research, the rest is in some strange formula that gets you a huge science overflow. So let's just, I didn't bulb any great scientists this time, so I'm gonna prepare the tech tree as I want it to go. So mining 18, I'm gonna go from the lowest cost to the highest cost available. Optics, let's go for optics, 28 masonry, 28 bronze working, 43 optics, 54 construction. Then we've got engineering, ironworking, metal casting, 140. Then we got 191. Those are basically the same. Then we could go for printing press, gunpowder, astronomy, preferably architecture, then chemistry, metallurgy, navigation and economics, for example, and then even more. But I think if I'm repeating this exactly the same, this is going to back out. Right, so I got 143 science, and I'm researching a tech that costs 18. Let's go. Okay, this guy is definitely not interested. I mean, we're not interested on this side. There we go. Okay, I researched mining. I've got 125. This looks normal. 120, 143 minus 18. Yeah, that's perfect. 200, 125. So first turn is great, but now we go for optics. That was 28. And instead of, I'm actually gonna plant this guy as well. I've got 289. So now this is looking not that great. I'm actually getting more science than I'm putting into that. Okay, there we go. Banking. So 289 plus 143. That should be around 400 something, but I'm getting 516. So that's a lot more. And this is just going to be worse and worse as we go. So again, 28, 516. And we've got 842. Again, I gain a lot more science that I actually put it in here. So this is when it starts to get silly. And the problem is actually, Awesome Me, thank you very much for pointing this out, that you actually don't need to bulb grade scientists to actually do it. So this is even more than worse. I mean, like, look at this, 1.3k already science. 1.3k, we could make a note how much this actually will get you. 1.8, and this is just getting to a silly proportions. If I actually make this correctly, 2.6, there we go. This will actually bug out. There is, since the science, I mean the formula, there's a specific number you can't get over with, 3.7k. It actually gets you negative science if you're gonna get past a certain number of Science Overflow. And when I tested this out to answer Awesome Me question, that actually I made it happen. I hopefully will be able to repeat this. So 5k already. 5k science. Let's just ban this great scientist. There we go. $7k. I'm like, this is, come on, it's like silly, pure silliness. 9.7k. So actually it's working better than in the example when I actually built Great Scientist. 30.3. 30.3. Let's go. 18.2. Hello kitty, what's up? 25. 25, 34, 9k science. Just by one turn. Like, isn't it crazy? Come on. Then we go. I think this is when I actually messed up. The amount of science that I left on this tech was like, I don't know, 10, maybe 20. I guess this is actually what bugs this thing out. So let's go. Next turn. And I'm reaching how much? Science Overflow? 65k Science Overflow. Isn't that crazy? Okay, this guy just reached Industrial Era, which is not helpful for him. And we've got 89k Science Overflow. So this is when it starts to be a little bit tricky. I'm not going to choose the host this time. Here, maybe, yeah, let's just choose Babylon. There we go. And we've got 123,000 Science Overflow. This is the moment when you would actually like to go somewhere else, but I'm gonna remain this and show you how this can end. If you actually mess this thing up, this is the problem. See? 169,000 Science Overflow. Turn 127. If I made this more correct and actually stopped using that overflow and just went for the texts that are not discovered to get this down, Actually, this could be better. Actually, could I just load the autosave? But you can see 169 Science Overflow. Let me just autosave. Let's go here. I'm going to choose other tech this time, so I will not get the Science Overflow this time, and I will actually use it, so I will kind of downgrade the Science Overflow right now. So I'm just going to pick a tech that I'm not researching. How much Science Overflow I've got right now? 123. Okay, so instead of going economics this time, I'm just going to go for archaeology, then fertilizer, military science. No, actually navigation. After navigation it backed out, right? So okay, I'm just gonna leave this, go fertilizer, military science, and then let's just go in here. Let's see how this is going to work out. Yes, Kitty, I can hear you. Okay, it's working perfect. 122k Science Overflow. So this should basically give me the tags, every tag that I need very quickly. Navigation, should we risk it? I don't think so. Could I try to risk it? No, let's go dynamite this time. And navigation, archaeology. Damn, so I will not mess this up. I think I'm still gonna mess this up. Excuse me. Okay, let's go archaeology this time. Navigation, and let's stop researching. That's those two tags actually gonna make this. I should have went a little bit earlier, I guess, because this is going to mess this up a lot. Still 190k. Let's still try to reach a tech, some other tech maybe. Okay, let's try to go for economics then, so I could choose scientific theory this time. So basically you need to be very careful about this to actually get the maximum results. On Fanatics forum people actually try to do that. 164, this is like almost, see, on this tech this is going to be a total failure, but thankfully I still got some tags that I could use, so I'm gonna try to use this Science Overflow on some tags that I can actually research. So maybe I'll just don't mess this up. There we go. Make a proposal, arts founding, there we go. So I think this is the maximum number you could possibly get. That's 163, around that number. I think 170k is when things start to get a little bit silly, in my opinion. Now the huge problem is I still got navigation, and navigation will definitely bug everything out. Right, let's go electricity and let's get in here. Not mentioning archaeology. No, don't go with archaeology, just go here. I'll try to use this as much as possible on the high-end tags. We could go to like here, 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 here. And maybe with 120k, for example, I could still use it on navigation then. I'm gonna be extra careful. Steam power. Okay, good. Rifling. Radio. 159k. I don't think it's going to work correctly. I'm still afraid that this is going to bug out. So 2k, those are 2k tags. Well, the later tags are like costing 6k, so that should be doable. Okay, let's go freedom, because why not? Go and go. Yeah, there we go. Yes. And let's go. Still at military casting, and we're researching flight. I think this is the largest Science Overflow. I think it's working better. I know if they actually change some formulas in the mathematics, padding or something like that, but This is working like a charm. I mean, like, you get so much science overflow without actually bulbing great scientists. Is like crazy. I could theoretically test it without a great scientist, but still, achieving 100 science a turn on turn 120, it's really not something different. I mean, like, I'm sitting on one city, right? I was sitting on one city when I actually started this. Yes, this Babylon, great scientists and stuff like that, but that number is really not that huge. I'm researching stuff with 184 science, by the way. Uranium, hello Atomic Era, still 100. I think we could try to go for navigation. When I'm gonna reach, you know what the tech, around 100k, I guess. When I could reach 100k, this should be fine. And I will not make it worse. There we go. And 130k, still not ready to do it. $125k. Robotics 121. Still gonna have to use some of those. There we go, and I could possibly get here, and then I'll have to finish up this. All right, let's try to do this like this. Hopefully, it will not bug out. Kidok, information era 116. 111. K, of course. Science Overflow. Choose research. Well, you can, I don't know, go somewhere along those lines. This is really, seriously, Firaxis, you need to watch things like that. I mean, this is crazy. It's just not gonna work well in multiplayer environment. How can you keep a track of somebody that actually does a thing like that? It's just not possible. I'm still getting 99k. Okay, so how much text there are? Okay, I guess we could try for navigation now. So that's 99k and getting navigation. And I've got how much Science Overflow now? Just go for future tech. I think this should be more than enough. 137k. Okay, it's not that bad. Not over the limit right now. And should be more than enough to finish up the tech tree. Just for the sake of fun, I'm gonna go until the future tech. Go. Go. Ecology still 129. And this guy is still researching dynamite. Ecology. Oh, International Space Station. That could be useful. Come on, do anything. Internet. Still 120k. So this is actually more Science Overflow than I need to have. There we go. Nuclear fission. Mobile tactics, still 100k. Science Overflow to go and to use on some cool things. Advanced ballistics, 98k. Particle physics, 93k. Nuclear fusion, 87k. And stealth, 81k. Science Overflow still. And future tech, number 1. And so on and so forth. I think this makes my point. Basically, this is just bad. So I could easily take like 10 futures tech still 69k overflow. Yes, we did low because that bug out, but basically this worked even better than I was expecting with the mathematics. The Great Scientist bulb actually worked worse than this one, unless I messed up something or they changed something that, I don't know, some update. I don't know if there was an update, but still. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Me, for answering the question. Here's your answer. Hopefully it will be useful to you and to everyone else, which actually saddens me so deeply. I'm like, how can you control things like that in multiplayer? In a free-for-all game, for example, there's no chance. I don't think there's a chance to control this. So, yeah, you gotta play with people you actually know and you trust that they will be honest, because if not, I have no idea. Ban Scholars Redism, that's for sure. Do not vote on that. This is bugged still. Nothing got fixed from the previous video. It's just bad. This is bad. Alright, enough of the talking. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Best wishes, Yoruus.